closely related. The structure of a part of a body allow performance of certain functions. For example, the bone of the skull join tightly to form a rigid case that protect the brain. The lining of the urinary bladder is much thicker to prevent the escape of urine into the pelvic cavities. So there is also organization of the body. So level of organization is composed of atom, compound or molecules, organelles, cell, tissue, organ system and organism. There is also some organization of the body which is chemical, cellular, or tissue, organ, system level and organism level. So any region or part of the human body, assume that it is in specific stance called the anatomical position. In the anatomical position, body is upright, stand erect, head level, stand erect means at the head level, and the eyes are facing directly forward, feet are flat on the floor, arms are at the sides with the palms turned forward. There is also some terminologies in the anatomical position, which is sagittal plane is a vertical plane, divide the body into right and left sides. Mid-sagittal plane equal right and left. Parasagittal plane unequal right and left. Transverse or horizontal or cross-sectional plane divides the body into superior and inferior portions. Frontal or coronal plane divides the body into anterior or ventral and posterior or dorsal position. So body plans and sections. Body plans and sections are imaginary flat surfaces that pass through the body parts. So there are some body cavities which are body cavities are spaces within the body that help separate and support internal organ like bones, muscles, ligaments and other structures. Separate the various body cavities from one another. There are also some body cavities like cranial cavity, vertebral cavity, thoracic cavity, abdominopelvic cavity. So cranial cavity formed by cranial bones and contains brain, while vertebral cavity formed by vertebral column and contains spinal cord and the beginning of spinal nerves. Thoracic cavity or chest cavity contains pleural and pericardial cavities and mediastinum, while pleural cavity is along the serous membrane of the pleural cavity as the pleura, while pericardial cavity surrounds the heart, the serous membrane of the pericardial cavity in the pericardium. Mediastinum is the central position of thoracic cavity between the lungs. It contains heart, thymus, esophagus, trachea and several large blood vessels. Abdominopelvic cavity subdivided into abdominal and pelvic cavities. Abdominal cavity contains stomach, spleen, liver, gallbladder, small and most of the large intestine, while pelvic cavity contains urinary bladder, portion of large intestine and internal organs of reproduction. Abdominal pelvic region and quadrants. To describe the location of the many abdominal and pelvic organs more easily, two methods are used for dividing the abdominopelvic cavity into smaller areas. So first method, two horizontal and two vertical lines partition that this cavity into 9 abdominopelvic region. The top horizontal line is drawn just inferior to the rib cage across the inferior portion of the stomach. The bottom horizontal line is drawn just inferior to the tops of the hip bone. Two vertical lines, the left and right mid clavicular lines, are drawn through the mid portion of the clavicles, collarbones, just medial to the nipple. The four lines divide the abdominopelvic cavity into a larger middle section and smaller left and right sections. The name of the 9 regions are right hypochondriac epigastric region, left hypochondriac region, right lumbar region, umbilical region, and left lumbar region. The right inguinal iliac region, hypogastric or pubic region, left inguinal or iliac region. The second method is similar and divides the abdominopelvic cavity into quadrants. Quadrant 1/4. In this method, a vertical and horizontal line are passed through the umbilicus or belly button. The name of the 4 quadrants are right upper quadrants, right lower quadrants, right upper, left upper quadrants, or left lower quadrants. The 9 region division is more widely used for anatomical studies. The quadrants are more commonly used for describing the site of abdominopelvic pain, tumor, or other abnormality. Body system is composed of different types of systems like nervous system, immune system, digestive system, cardiovascular system, integumentary system, respiratory system, endocrine system, reproductive system, excretory system, and musculoskeletal system. So there is also another topic which is related to anatomy and physiology is homeostasis and adaptation. The term homeostasis is derived from 2 Greek words, homeo, which means same, and stasis, which means standing. In its simplest form, it means staying the same. It is an organism internal environment which stays the same. The internal environment refers to the conditions inside an organism. These conditions remain more or less constant despite changes in the outside environment. In practice, it comes down to providing a stable environment for the cells of the body. The definition of the homeostasis is the maintenance of the internal environment within narrow limits is called homeostasis. Factors affecting the homeostasis are disease, stress, lifestyle, injury, dehydration, genetic factors, and outside temperature. There is also a feedback mechanism in homeostasis. A feedback mechanism is a physiological loop that brings the body either towards or away from the normal steady state. So the feedback mechanism, also referred to as feedback loop, either amplifies a certain biological pathway or inhibits it. This pathway most commonly return the body to homeostasis when there is a change in a system. An alarm is triggered which causes the feedback loop to start. The output either supports or hinders the modification. The components of the feedback system or stimulus are detected by receptors and sensory organs, central nervous system, which composed of brain and spinal cord, while effectors, for example, muscles and glands. Component of feedback system is stimulus. Stimulus is something which causes changes in the system, including the variable. Stimulus denotes that the variable has deviated from its typical range, hence commencing the homeostasis process. So receptor is a structure that monitors the body's internal functions and conditions, detect changes in the body internal environment and carry them to the control center. While the control center is the center that receives messages from receptors about a change in the body's internal condition and relays messages to effectors to change their function to correct the deviation. And most homeostatic mechanism, the control center is the brain, while the effectors are a muscle or organ that receive messages from the control center to change its function in order to correct a deviation in the body internal organs. While hormone is a chemical regulator of physiology, growth or development, which is typically synthesized in one region of the body and active in another. There are two examples of feedback mechanism. The one is a negative feedback mechanism, while the second one is the positive feedback mechanism. So a negative feedback mechanism is a homeostatic mechanism that opposes or resists a change in the body's internal condition, while positive feedback mechanism is the mechanism will be a positive feedback mechanism that increases or enlarges a change in the body's internal organ. It implies to many systems in the body. Temperature regulation is one example. If the body temperature rises, a heat gain center in the brain sends nerve impulses to the skin, which causes vasodilation, and sweating, which cool the blood. So dear friends, I hope you understand my lecture, you understand my videos. If you are watching my videos then and still doesn't subscribe my YouTube channel, then I kindly request you to subscribe my YouTube channel AZ Knowledge World and press the bell icon to receive the notification of my latest videos, because I will upload different video lectures on anatomy and physiology in this YouTube channel that will help you in your examination papers and your MCQs paper and your different levels of school examination. So thank you so much for watching my videos, and take care of yourself and watching my videos. I will be very grateful. And also support me to like my video and to give your idea in the comment section. It will give a support to me. Thank you so much. Meet you in the next video.